The Atkins diet, also known as the Atkins Nutritional approach, is the original low-carbohydrate lifestyle. Learn what Atkins is and what it isn't, what carbs are and where to find them. Learn how to distinguish between good carbs and bad carbs. Atkins is not just a weight loss diet, but also a sustainable lifestyle that always allows you to maintain a healthy weight once you achieve it. It's comprised of 4 phases: induction, ongoing weight loss, pre-maintenance, and maintenance. The 2 names, the Atkins diet and the Atkins nutritional approach, reflect 2 sides of the same coin. Yes, it's a weight loss diet, but it's much more than that. It's also a lifetime way of eating that helps you maintain your new health and your new weight. Keeping track of your carbohydrate intake is central to doing Atkins. But before we get into that, let me tell you a few things about Atkins. You can customize it to your needs. There's more than 50 research studies that validate the principles of Atkins and its effectiveness and safety. Over the last 40 years, millions of people have transformed their lives on Atkins, and it's easy once you understand how it works and why it works. So what are carbs anyway, and why do you have to keep track of them? As you'll learn in the 4 courses on the Atkins Community Forum, all plant foods contain carbohydrates. Along with fat and protein, carbs are one of the 3 main macronutrients in food. Many whole foods, such as vegetables, which are full of vitamins and minerals, contain carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are also found in fruits and seeds and nuts, and eventually you'll eat these foods on Atkins. But other carbohydrate foods have very little in the way of vitamins and minerals. All they really supply are empty calories. Sugar and white flour are examples of the bad carbs, and everything made with them, like chips and pasta and junk foods. When you do Atkins, you become aware of the quality and the quantity of carbohydrates. You'll learn which to eat, which to avoid. You'll learn how many carbs you could handle and still lose weight or maintain that weight. It's important to understand that Atkins is not a no-carbohydrate diet. You'll eat plenty of delicious vegetables from the very beginning, and shortly after that you introduce fruits and nuts, and eventually whole grains if your metabolism allows. You'll need to follow certain guidelines, but it's flexible with a wide variety of food choices. You can eat meat and fish and eggs and poultry. You could even do Atkins as a vegan or a vegetarian. You'll be able to reach your goal weight and stay right there without hunger pangs or feelings of deprivation. Now let's talk about the phases of the Atkins diet. There are 4, like I said before. 1 phase morphs into a sustainable lifestyle, and each of the interactive 4 courses on Atkins goes through each of those phases. Phase 1 kickstarts weight loss. That's called induction. Phase 2, called ongoing weight loss, is where you lose much of the pounds you need to lose. Phase 3 is where you practice new eating habits as you establish your goal weight. And Gain 4 becomes your forever diet. Each phase is progressively more liberal in terms of the intake of carbohydrate foods. Sometimes people confuse induction with the entire program. As its name implies, induction is just the beginning of the weight loss process. It limits carbs to the most, and the results are the fastest, but it's only the start of the whole program. You'll learn all about the 4 phases in our online courses, but at this time I do want to tell you why it's so important to cycle through all of the phases. The real goal of the Atkins diet is not to achieve your goal weight, but to develop a permanent approach to eating that allows you to maintain that new weight. And the phases are key to that process. As you move from one phase to the next, you'll gradually and naturally develop a set of eating habits that become second nature. That new way of eating will keep you slim and full of energy. And most people never need to count calories. That's a good reason to do Atkins, because you'll be eating enough protein and fat and fiber to keep your appetite under control. Occasionally there may be reasons why you need to do a reality check, calorie-wise, and we'll deal with that in the interactive online courses found in the Atkins community. You will, however, be counting carbohydrates. It's easy, and we'll show you how. In the next podcast, we'll talk about how changing your diet changes what your body does with the food you consume. And you'll also learn how that helps you lose weight and keep it off for good.